So as the market is starting to heat up, we're also seeing a lot more projects that are extremely interesting. And there is one specific project launched today I wanted to give a little bit of extra attention to because they're pretty cool. And I mean, maybe you've noticed that over the past little while I've been streaming every single day. I value streaming quite a lot, and specifically for crypto, combining the things is not always too easy. A lot of people have said, man, you should get away from this main platform, go to a decentralized one, or go to one that really is outside the system, I could better call it. And that brings me to what I want to talk about today. So, interesting project, as I've already talked about it briefly in some smaller videos before, but the platform I've got in front of me is called SoulBound. With their slogan, Decentralize Your Television, Next Generation of Live Streaming. The largest on-chain streaming platform, StreamFi, powered by SBX. And what they're basically planning to do is change the entire game of streaming. Now, whether or not they'll be able to do that, of course, I cannot guarantee. Matter of fact, nothing I say in this video is financial advice, or any advice for that matter. It's just my opinion, my thoughts, and once more, I never make any guarantees to you. I'm just a random guy on the internet talking about whatever he likes for entertainment purposes. But regardless, I really liked what I saw a while back, which is what made me want to get involved more. So I'll give you a little bit of the rundown. I think if you've ever watched any live stream website, it all becomes pretty obvious what you've got. It's just a streaming platform with a couple of other different features also involved. It's backed by some very big names like 𝗕𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗃 and Big Brain Holdings. And one of their biggest selling points, I believe, is this right here. Get paid for every second you engage. No minimum thresholds, no gatekeeping, just instant on-chain earnings for creators and for their communities, which is quite interesting. They're saying they're not here to tweak the old system. We're here to obliterate it and rebuild it with decentralization, real-time rewards, and creator-first monetization at the core. Having said that, they basically are trying to be a little bit of everything all at once. And you might argue, and I understand if you'd say that if you try to be the master of all, you basically end up being the master of none. But in this case here, I do believe there is an edge to it. And the edge here being that, is it easy to become the #1 streaming platform out there just in only streaming? No, because there's already a couple of really huge ones. Is it easiest to become the best in prediction markets or the easiest in AI generation of things? All the answers are no. But what if you combine everything? There's a good market share to take from all these little bits and combine them all. You've got potentially something pretty beautiful. So a couple of the other additional interesting parts are, as you can see right here, AI sidekicks and virtual economies. Your personal AI-powered, customizable, and tradable digital companion is here to assist, entertain, and even compete. And even though sometimes I'm a bit afraid of all this AI in our content, but I guess they're trying to gamify it in some way, shape, or form. With the AI companions that can be spawned, customized, and traded, it's not just an assistant, it's a digital companion that learns, levels up, and can be bought, sold, or it's quite interesting, conceptually. Again, this is the part I'm not too much of a fan of, the AI-powered co-hosts and commentators, but on the opposite side, there are a lot of ways to make it a really cool endeavor as well. Think about it. If I right now say, yeah, I think this is going to be really exciting, don't you think so? And then the other co-host would say, like, I also agree with you. It just could be a funny dynamic in a conversation, in a video, in a stream, so I do get it from that angle. Or it's not too disrupting, right, where the AI is overtaking the content fully. So indeed, from that angle, pretty cool. And also, like I said, you've got their token, which, like I said a little bit earlier, is actually listing exactly today. A while back, I talked about their IDO and all that stuff. But right now, we're literally at the final straws. It's literally launching somewhere later today on a couple different exchanges. And I thought, you know what? Now that I have the possibility to talk about it beforehand, I quickly should. Because I'm not out here saying you should buy, you should go for it. All I'm showing you is a pretty cool platform with some really cool features that I, from the bottom of my heart, do hope, that it succeeds. Because I just want, first of all, it's always nice to be early in something, right? But second of all, streaming just needs to be upgraded. And there's a very good potential that some of these will make it out the freaking trenches, so to call it. Now, you do not know if the next layer, the next level, the next gen of streaming will be a Twitch or an Amazon or a freaking Netflix all of a sudden, where they change everything and they just start taking it all over, or if really some of the newer platforms coming on the market actually have the potential to take away some of the share. It doesn't have to be everything, but theoretically speaking, right? If this becomes the biggest just in crypto, that's already pretty freaking huge. But also partially why I think, it could actually be quite exciting is that when I think about it, let's say the communities are actually able to earn some token as well for just watching, for example, or engaging, or there's some sort of dynamic or something in there, it could actually be a little bit of a win-win. And if they're able to tweak and figure out the right way to make sure the people that actually involve themselves with this, so from both sides, the people that make the stream, the content, whatever, and the people on the opposite side, they actually have a good balance where everybody wins there, it could be huge. But many platforms have tried. They tried to make some sort of economy right there and were not able to fully do it, or at least maybe they were, but we don't know about them too much. But these guys are giving it a shot. Looking pretty good. You have some people already streaming on it all the time, as you can see right now. I'm just randomly clicking on it and I see a lot of people are streaming. Maybe if you ever thought of streaming, you could also try, kind of funnily enough, a new platform that nobody is streaming on, because, well, if you just get like 5 viewers, you might get up to the top, and maybe from that point on forward, you know, if crypto people are looking for this platform as it grows, you might actually have some good potential to be at the top of the top. The top person doesn't have that many people watching, but on the opposite side, it's better than zero. It has people. And maybe he grew it from zero, from just using the platform. Like I said, 20 people, you might not think it's a lot, but it's a lot of people more than zero. And from 20, you might grow out, and let's say you really get them to be loyal viewers. All of a sudden, you have 20 people watching you all the time. That's actually pretty powerful, in my opinion, at least. Anyway, that's a side note. That's a side little possibility. And also, as a side note, I thought it would be nice to just give a quick little update for all the people that actually maybe heard about it earlier, just to let you know that it is launching just right around now. And again, I cannot make any guarantees for whether or not this is going to do good or bad, as nobody really knows, especially now, specifically right now that Bitcoin is going down a little bit. Sometimes that does affect the market. But I do believe it's also in everybody's best interest if sometimes some really cool projects from randomly around the crypto webs are showcased. And this is one I personally got into, so I'm like, hey, you know what? Hey, let me show it. And whether you like it or not, let me know down below. And that's about it for this little crypto update. And again, not financial advice, just some cool thoughts, just some cool projects. That's about it.